So I'm taking us up a mountain in the Kootenays today. I decided the tarot wanted to find some high mountain air. I'm completely addicted to high mountain air. The avalanche chute is so kind as to give us a lovely path to walk in summer. Maybe a little scary in winter. Can't you just imagine the snow whooshing its way around this corner and taking out everything in its path? Just some avalanche thoughts to start off spooky season. There's nothing like getting your heart pumping before you do a reading. Wow, what a place to do a reading. Okay, let's prep the cards. I guess it's going to be a bit windy, but maybe we can put up with it for this view. Rewilding tarot. Putting it right in the grass. The air is sweet. Can't even believe the throne I'm on right now. It's good when your office makes you go, wow. What message do we all need for the Libra new moon, October 21st, 2025? But also, as always, this message is timeless, and it's for whoever finds it whenever they find it. Let's put in some reversals. Because on this channel, we do not fear reversals. All they do is enrich life. What do we need to know? What do we need to live? What do we need to trust? What do we need to give? Ooh, I'm rhyming. Okay. Wow, I feel so much tenderness coming out of these cards. So much tenderness for a beautiful soul. A tender soul, a soul trying to birth something new, trying to heal, trying to go back and recapture what they once had when they were much younger. It's a soul trying to break through. Trying to break through and really be themselves. And longing for that family, that tribe that can hold them while they do that. So at first, let's focus on you. I can see that you're really trying to help yourself up-level your life. And I can see that it's not easy. I can see that you are putting so much effort into it. And you really have the skills. You have the skills to help yourself. But you've just hit some fatigue. You've just hit a place where you're burnt out. And I really feel like it's because there's some sadness that needs to be felt before you can really up level to that next place. Inside, you're raring to go. You have all the inspiration. You have the idea. You know what you want. But you're just really sad that you can't maybe take some of the people with you from your community, from your family. And it's been holding you back. You've been waiting for them to join you. And now you've hit a place where you can't wait anymore. Your soul is ready to move on. It's moving on regardless. And you're not going to be able to take everybody with you on your new journey. You're not going to be able to take everybody with you on the path of healing that you are already walking and are going to continue to walk. But you don't need to leave everything behind. There is a piece in here about you building what's authentically yours on top of where you've come from. That you need to find a way to honor your roots, even if there's been disappointment there. Even if you've had to move on and say goodbye. Maybe you don't live where you grew up anymore. Maybe you're moving on from a friend group, graduating from a school, changing jobs, leaving some people behind. And I think that sometimes you just don't feel understood. And that a way that you go to deal with that is to sort of double down on things you know. These people that have been your community forever, you double down on doing things the way you think they'd understand because you really want to take them with you. But I think you're going to have to go it alone for a little while. I don't know that you're leaving people behind forever. I think it's more that you're becoming willing to meet them where they are, to let them be them. And that means that they can't always understand everything that you want to do, and they can't always join you, and they can't perhaps celebrate you when you do it. But that doesn't mean you have to cut them out. They are your ancestors. I mean, I guess some of them are your ancestors. Others may be the family you've made as you've gone along on this life. But there is something here about legacy and ancestry and learning to honor pieces of it that can be a solid foundation for you to stand on as you build yourself this next level. And I hold a lot of tenderness for it because it doesn't feel easy to walk away. It feels like this is a moment to look back and feel your feelings and say your goodbyes for yourself. And once you do that, once you honor the closure that you need, once you honor the safety that you need to make around yourself so that you can transform, I think it'll become easier to actually see the people that you're leaving behind for a moment more clearly and with more compassion and with more love. And you might even end up feeling closer to them from the way you want to feel close to them, from the way you understand, not necessarily the way they understand. But you can honor them inside you. They don't have to understand or know for that to be a beautiful thing. And a thing that helps you move forward and build your life. I think here too, I just want to reiterate that you need to experience this closure and this honoring of the time you've had with this family, with your previous tribe, so that you can get out of your head and more into your intuition. Because I think you have actually very strong intuition, but you might not let yourself hear it enough and hear it clearly enough. You might go into your brain to make decisions. And that's where you start falling into the patterns of how you grew up and how you've been conditioned and how the worlds that you've walked through have taught you how things need to be. And when you're stuck in your head, you're not going to be able to move on. And you're not going to really feel the healing and the inspiration and the energy and the flow to go do the things that really excite you. So I think the new moon in October 2025 is about closure, is about taking time out to honor a chapter in your life. But the cards do talk about finding tribe, finding new tribe. It's coming. And in fact, by going through this closure, you're gifting that new future to yourself. And I'll just say, be kind. Be kind. This is a little tender, younger part of yourself that you're cradling through these feelings of closure and grief and ends. Find a beautiful way to honor that. Carve out a little bit of space. Give yourself a beautiful setting or something you know comforts you. And think about those previous people, those previous memories, those previous experiences within that beautiful protective bubble that you gift yourself. So I'll close with the oracle card, which speaks to the theme of the whole reading. And it's titled Uniquely You. The more we're willing to become authentic rather than conventional, the more we'll need to eschew conditioning in favor of aliveness. Be willing to run the risk of being authentic so that you can live from your heart and experience real joy. And now, I think we have a mountain to finish climbing.